Hello and welcome back, friends. If you are new around here, I am Big Gator, and if you came looking for the sharpest tennis bets, you are right where you belong. Right now, we are covering the ATP Shanghai Masters. One more match to go, the final. So get into the comments. Let me see what you're playing for the match coming up in the morning, and keep your eyes peeled for the pinned comment to see what I'm playing as well. Okay? Thank you. If you do like the breakdowns of these matches, please give the video a like. It goes a long way. I appreciate you guys for doing it every video. And if you would like to get my picks as soon as I upload, you can subscribe. The notifications on. It's the fastest way to get my pinned comment. I'm just being honest with you. And if you are feeling generous for any wins that you do get here, there's a link in the pinned comment if you want to donate. It's just there if you'd like to. I'm not asking for it. And if you are interested in Discord, my free Discord is also in the link in the pinned comment, so get yourself involved there. I would like you to go there, though. Alright? That being said, what are we looking like for today? Man, I don't like when Djokovic is doing this, man. It's like when he loses in straights, it's like, oh, well, of course he lost. Look at the condition he's in. I just don't like it. I don't like what it's doing. And for a ranked 206 guy to come and beat him, it's definitely when you got to start asking the questions like, what are we doing? Yeah, Vacherot is playing incredible, but we got to ask the question, what are we doing still? I think it's a fair question to ask. Medvedev almost got kicked out of his match for having a cramp against Tien. This guy is throwing up in matches and still able to play in them. I don't know what the rules are anymore. So we took over 19.5 games for Vacherot and Djokovic. Djokovic couldn't even win 6 games. Couldn't win 7 games. Couldn't win 8, I'm sorry. All he got was 7. So, the marvelous world of tennis, we do this. We gamble on these crazy things that happen, and we're right sometimes and we're wrong. We literally got hooked at 19 points by Djokovic, of all people. He couldn't hold for 7 games. So, 8 games, I keep saying that. Anyway, we move on. We did take Arthur to get us a set, and then look at that. Look at that. So, can't be too mad at it. We get our wins where we can, and we move on. But one thing we do need to talk about is this final. And boy, oh boy, I wanted to give it some time before I got into this talk, but I think it is time for us to have a little conversation and a little bit of history. Talk about what's going to be going down in this final between Arthur Rinderknech and Valentin Vacherot. And I just want to start with this. This is going to be their second head-to-head ever. Officially, on paper, ATP, that's what it will be. Back in 2018, in an ITF 25K tournament, Rinderknech beat him 6-2, 6-4 in the quarterfinals on the hard court. But then I want to also just highlight that score, right? We had a very similar score with another relative matchup. It was in a Grand Slam, but it was women, so the score was still best 2 out of 3. It was Venus Williams beating Serena Williams back in 2001 in the U.S. Open. And the score was 6-2, 7-5. So, it is a very interesting stat to I'm just drawing parallels in places that might not actually matter, but I do think there is something to say about Rinderknech being a bit older, being a higher ranked, a bit more distinguished about the fact. I don't think it actually matters given what's been happening this week, though. That's the only thing. I've been so conflicted about how I was going to talk to you guys about this, but if you look at Vacherot and you look at Rinderknech, like, they both play very similarly. The only thing is that Rinderknech relies on the power a bit more, and the serve and volley is that's his game. Vacherot, he can kind of do whatever. He's pretty versatile. So, like, if serve and volley is what he has to go against, which that is what Talon Griekspoor was up to. So this isn't going to be anything new to him. I do think with the way things have gone, this has been just a Cinderella story for Valentin. Bossov already started your Cinderella story, so I think you are in good luck. You beat Bublik, and then I was like, if you can beat Bublik, you might win the whole thing. And then Yannick was gone, and then you beat the guy that beat Yannick, kind of. He didn't really beat Yannick, but he was beating Yannick. And then you beat Holger Rune, you beat Mahachi, he had to call it quits. You bageled him. And then you beat Djokovic straight sets. That's crazy, bro. This is crazy. This is a crazy run this guy is on, okay? We've been talking about it this whole week, but looking back at this now, this is crazy. Rinderknech, equally, I can't say equally. It's crazy too, but it's not as crazy as Vacherot. If he literally has to just go through, and he went through hard people, but it's funny because he went through like the B list of the best people. I feel like Rinderknech went through Medvedev, and on a good day he's amazing, and he did play amazing up until a certain point. And Felix, amazing nowadays. He's been playing great. Lehechka, amazing nowadays. Nothing to really write home about is the whole thing, though. Like, they're all amazing nowadays, but they're nothing to write home about. So, Rinderknech beats them. And then Zverev in 3. So, it just has me like, what do we think about this? Do we think that his cousin, Valentin, is really going to be like, hey, bro, I came here to win, bro. I qualified for this. I'm qualified to win this tournament. They let me in here because I could win. So I'm going to win the whole thing now. That's what it seems like, based on who he's beating. You can't tell me that Rinderknech is getting through Bublik, getting through Mahaj, getting through Griekspoor, getting through Rune, getting through Djokovic. You can't tell me that, bro. I don't know if I believe. If you told me that that's what will happen, I'd be like, I don't know. If you told me to pick between Rinderknech or his cousin that I don't know about until this week, the cousin would just be doing all this. If like you came from, I'd be like, the cousin did start doing. If this the cousin, then yeah. I mean, I believe. I would believe the cousin doing it because for some reason, even though Rinderknech is cold right now, he is cold. He is as good as he can be right now. He is balling. Beating Djokovic is a bit of a statement. And it's a bit of a achievement to do in your career. You can't just feel normal after beating this guy. So that's the other thing about this. Do we think that he might just be too gassed of himself? He's been crying after every match, Vacherot. He's been making history as far as he's been going into this tournament. So is it going to be too much for him? Is this going to be too big of a moment for him to handle it? He's 26, so it's not like this is going to be a young boy dealing with some young shit. He's a few years away from 30, just as Rinderknech is 30 as he is now. So, I don't know, man. They're 150 ranks apart, but we've seen crazier stuff. And he's definitely not 204 anymore. But, looking at the season that both of these fellas have had on the hard courts, right? 14-14. Rinderknech really started this tournament being 8-14 and has now even money on the hard courts. That's crazy, bro. He turned his shit around. Back to a 60% win rate on the hard courts. And then his cousin, Vacherot, 17-9 this season. 20-4 last season. 6-4 the season before that. 27-12 the season before that. 72% win rate on the hard court. That number has been beating everybody. You know? So you guys can go for the 3-setter. I don't even know if we get 3 sets from these guys, bro. I swear to you, I think that this could be a straight set win for one of these brothers. And if you don't know which way to go, I would just bet under 2.5 sets. That's what I would do. But I want to go for somebody here. At least Valentin can at least get us a set, right? Valentin can get us a set. It's minus 215. That's all I need. He's been doing it for me all week. And then aces. Let's check out the aces. Because Rinderknech was serving hard. He had 12 against Medvedev. Vacherot had 6. So I do like Rinderknech having at least 5 or 7. 5 to 7. No, that's a lot. Okay, so his line is at 10. I don't know if I like that. If you wanted to go for total games, that's the thing. I don't know if it's going to be close or not, bro. I can't really call it. I just feel like I wouldn't go for total games here because I don't know if it's going to be a long or a short match. I would go for the spread. For real, I would. A smoke play would be to cover Vacherot on the spread plus 0.5. It's plus 110. That would be like the smoke of that match. He doesn't lose more games than Rinderknech does. That's the best I can do. But, man, you telling me what I think? Because if you asked me what I thought yesterday, I thought that Vacherot could beat Djokovic. I thought he could beat Djokovic. So, I just didn't, like, I didn't feel comfortable saying it on camera. But I wanted to take it. I played him on DraftKings, and he won me some money. I came in 5th place. Played him, Rinderknech, and Sabalenka. But, hey, what are you going to do? I just don't bet on Pegula, so. No matter what. Do not put her on any slip of mine. So, moving forward with this, to wrap everything up, I do think Vacherot is going to cause the upset in the Cinderella story. I do think that is my personal angle. That's my personal angle. You can disagree with me. You can be like, oh, Rinderknech, she's beating X. What? If you beat Djokovic, you're winning the tournament, bro. That's how I feel. I'll go back and I'll literally finish this video and look at the highlights again before I put down the pinned comment. And I will make my mind up. But that is what I feel. So, hopefully you guys enjoy the match. I work early as shit tomorrow, so I will actually be awake for the final, but I will be working. But I will catch you guys tomorrow. I love you all. And peace.